Namaste. So, I'm more excited than I have been since about 2016. That was when we discovered the matrix, a 4x4 matrix of consciousness. And then we extracted the 7x7 matrix of chakra energy levels. Of course, this is all Tantra. This is all Vedic knowledge. So there's a problem. And the problem is Vedic knowledge is not given in an analytical way. It's given, how can I say, like a story, like a novel, or like a detective novel. And you have to extract the clues and systematize them in order to get the conclusion. So analytical people read this and say, oh, this is just religious stuff. It's not systematic. It's not mathematical. Well, actually it is. And our colleague Matthew Scherf has proven it. He has extracted the axioms and the theorems of Vedanta, Advaita specifically, Advaita Vedanta, and systematized them into a complete logical system, and then proven that it is completely logical. It's not just a religious belief. It's much more than that. And it can be proven, and he has done it. So this is a completely different approach to Vedic spiritual knowledge. And this is why people who have a background in the traditional way of approaching it find it difficult to understand our work, which is coming at it from a more analytical framework, which we have already advanced to a certain degree, but now Matthew's work represents a huge breakthrough. Now we actually have a calculus of consciousness. We have a mathematics of Advaita. In other words, Advaita is very difficult to realize as a whole because it has so many different parts. And like I said, those parts are not presented in the Vedas analytically. They're presented as parts of a story. And the story covers many different shastras and many different authors, and it's quite complex. So, Matthew has extracted the principles and then calculated their implications by pure logic. And they come out exactly the same as the scriptures, number one, and number two, they are a completely logical system. So now this defeats the objection that analytical type people have towards the Vedic knowledge by saying, oh, it's just a religious tradition. It doesn't make any sense. It's not logical. Oh, yes, it is. And we can prove it. So, what makes this powerful is that instead of trying to realize the Advaita teaching in one big piece, which is very difficult, we break it down into its essential logical principles, the axioms. And it's very easy, I mean superficially easy, to realize the axioms. Let me give you an example. The first axiom is, for every you, there is a you that exists. In other words, you exist. Now, this is so easy. You ask any person walking down the street, do you exist? What are they going to say? Of course I exist. So everybody gets this. They just don't realize that it's a part, it's a piece, it's like the fundamental piece of the logic of Advaita, the calculus of consciousness. So we are, one by one, extracting these axioms and describing them in a way that's very easy to understand, and giving awareness exercises that you can use to realize them. Now, we are publishing this only on our CRC community discourse. We're not publishing them here on YouTube. Not the videos and not the papers. Why is that? Because on our discourse site, you can have a full discussion. If you have any questions or you don't understand anything, you can ask questions until you get it, and I'll be very happy to walk you through it. Here on YouTube, that's not possible. Or it's possible, but it's difficult. And plus, you would have to do this in full public view, So it's more difficult than doing it in private on our community discourse site, where only other members, or if you want to do it in a direct message, DM format, nobody else can see it. It's private between you and me. So there are so many people on this channel who want to address me as guru and this and that, Prabhu even. But they don't do anything that we instruct them to. So here's your instruction. Log in to the CRC Community Discourse site. The invitation is in the video description. The link. And the link to the first principle, or the first video describing the axioms and how to realize them for yourself. For that, you already have to be a member. We are giving everyone now the opportunity to realize Vedanta in a step-by-step, easy-to-understand way. The average intelligent person can certainly do it. So we advise you to take advantage of this, which is exclusive to Consciousness Research Center, not to be found anywhere else, and work your way through it step by step as we produce the videos and the papers discussing them. And make your life perfect. Realize Vedanta. Realize Brahman. And become completely free from suffering.
Tat Sat Om Shakti Om